Welcome everyone. I'm really grateful you came. My name is Helen, as most of you know, and if this is your first time here, I just want to say there's no pressure. No one is required to speak, okay? Just remember that you don't have to share anything unless you feel ready, okay? We just listen. That's all we basically do here. We listen. Yeah, and we want you to remember that you are not alone, okay? Okay, great. Okay, let's breathe for a moment. Great. Okay, there we go. You know, all of us had a very long way, and we all have something very personal to share. So I'm sure that sharing things might be difficult for some of you. So anyway, this circle, this space is for those of us who've seen something, felt something, experienced something, felt something they couldn't explain, couldn't forget, and something they definitely couldn't talk about in the usual places. Not without those looks, you know, those looks when people judge you. So most of us, we just keep it to ourselves. And trust me, I know what I'm saying. Just trust me. You there. You are new here, aren't you? Because I haven't seen you before. Welcome. I'm really glad you came. We welcome you here. You have that look in your eyes, like, you know, a certain weight, like a burden, I can say. Like something's been on your chest, and you haven't had anything to set it down. You do now. You can leave it here if you want. I just want you to trust us, because this is the right place for trust, and no one will judge you here, but you don't have to say anything though. Yeah, I can tell something happened. If you want, you can just nod if I'm right, okay? Okay, I thought so. Okay, tell you what, maybe I will talk a little, and if anything I say will sound familiar, you can just react however you want, no pressure, okay? Good. Okay, let me ask you something. Did it start with the lights? A glow that shouldn't have been there. Maybe like a soft hum in the air. You know, like low, like it was vibrating in your bones instead of your ears. You know that feeling? Okay. Good. Good, because you know that's how it started for me. I was driving home from my sister's place. It was like 2 towns over. It also is difficult for me to talk about that still. It was pretty late. It was maybe like 1 a.m. and the road was empty, except for me in the car. And I saw this pulsing light in the trees just off the side of the highway. It was like white, blue probably. Not flickering, just, just hovering. I pulled over. I don't even know why. I shouldn't have. But for some reason I did. It's just how it happens in those horror movies where you're going to check something out you shouldn't be checking, right? That's ridiculous. Anyway, and then everything went quiet. No crickets, no engine noise, nothing. Didn't go quiet for you too? For everyone, it's always quiet, right? You don't remember even a single sound. It's like everything stopped for a moment. Yeah. That usually is the first sign. Did you see the shape of it? Or was it too bright to see anything? Sometimes people say it's triangular. Others see something more circular, more smooth, like very slick. No sound at all. Just impossible. What did it feel like when you looked at it? For me, it wasn't fear. Not at first, at least. It was like, oh, like every molecule in my body was aware of something bigger than me, but have no idea what exactly. And then I realized that I couldn't move. Not even a finger. Did that happen to you too? It's okay if it did. Trust me, you're not alone. I know all the people in here, almost all the people in here. We all are meeting once in a while, so trust me, you are not alone here. One man in this group, but he's not here tonight though, but he shared with us once, he said he felt like the light was inside of his head, not just in his eyes. He couldn't tell what was the memory, the actual memory, and what was a suggestion. It's like they override something, or maybe they show you Something you were never supposed to see? I don't even know. Do you remember how long it lasted? That's okay, because most people don't. Because you know, time gets strange. You might look at your watch and see 10 minutes passed, or maybe 3 hours. I lost the entire night. I pulled over at around 1 a.m. Yeah, as I said. And the next thing I knew, I was parked in my driveway, still in the car, engine off, keys in my lap, but I don't remember the drive. Not a second of it. I don't remember anything. Yeah, you got the same expression on your face as I did. You know, that tight jaw, like you bit 1,000 questions that you're afraid to ask, but it's okay. You are in a good company here, trust me. Anyway, let me ask you. Since that night, have you noticed anything unusual? Like electronic things around you acting weird, or like lights flickering around you, clocks stopping, dreams that feel too vivid, maybe even marks, you know, like small ones that you cannot explain. I see. Actually, people already know here, I had a triangle mark on my shoulder once. It just appeared here one morning, like a faint little burn here, and it lasted 3 days, and then it just vanished. It's not like it fainted gradually, it just vanished. Before it vanished, I went to the urgent care, and the nurse said, "Oh, it's probably nothing." She didn't even really look, but, you know, I understand her. But it didn't feel like nothing to me. You know what? I think they test us or tag us in some way. I don't know. Maybe they are trying to understand us. I don't know. Or remind us that they are still watching. Does that thought scare you? Or does it comfort you maybe in some strange way? You'd be surprised how many people say both. Oh, you know, I used to think I was going crazy. I stopped talking about it. I lost friends. Even, that's very painful for me, even my husband. I mean, you know, he tried to be supportive, but eventually the silence between us became heavier than the truth. that's when I started this group, first online, then here, for people like we guys. People who need to say I saw it. And and not be met with ridicule, mockery. I'm sorry, this is very emotional for me. Derek, I see you're nodding. Same for you, huh? Yeah. That's tough, right? Going through all of that, losing people you know and love. I think we all been through that. We just kept it inside because we were afraid to lose people. We were afraid to be mocked, to be laughed at by our own family, our own parents, sisters, brothers, children who don't believe us, right? Anyway, you're not the only new face tonight. There is something going around lately, I assume. More sightings, more dreams, more people waking up with the sense that something's coming. Have you felt that? And to be honest, I feel like government started maybe like preparing us in a way, very, very gradually, but that's a very different conversation for another day. Anyway, I think it's changing us little by little. I don't know. I might sound crazy, but I don't know. Maybe they planted some ideas in our minds? Or maybe some kind of warning? I don't know. And I think it's not just about us. I think we are maybe like the messengers or something. Do you ever get that feeling that you want to like draw something that you cannot remember or say a word that you never heard before? Yeah. You're not alone. That's what I'm telling you all the time. You're not alone. You're a part of something bigger now. That's how I feel, at least. Whether you like it or not. I feel that's what we are. Sorry, that probably sounded a little bit dramatic. I just, I heard enough stories now. And the patterns are just undeniable. Here, for example, there was this sketch one guy brought a few months ago. You know, it was just some weird geometric shape. Yeah. It didn't look much to me. I didn't really make anything out of that then. But on the different night, for other people from the different towns, they drew almost the same thing on the paper. Those people, they don't know each other. They don't even live in the same town. They're all driving here to this place to meet with us. Some of them just see each other for the first time here, you know. They've never met, but they all drew the same thing on a paper. How do you explain that? It's not some crazy conspiracy theory. That's like what that was. What? So mass hysteria? I actually work in a mental health, you know that. That's something else. How's your sleep been since it happened? Did you have any nightmares? You know, I used to dream about the hallway. A long metallic hallway, like flickering lights above, but unusual lights. I'm walking barefoot, but I cannot stop. There is something waiting at the end. Some nights I wake up and my heart is racing, and the hallway is still there behind my eyes. And I keep wondering if I was actually dreaming, or if they are still bringing me back there. Don't think I'm crazy, because I thought myself I was crazy. But I heard this from so many people. You feel that too? Oh, I can see it in your eyes, yeah. You've probably been there. Maybe not in exactly the same place. Not everyone remembers though. But I think you do. Somewhere deep down you probably do. You're not crazy either. You're not broken. You are just probably awake more than others. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being here tonight. Even in silence, you've said so much. And I hear you. And I promise you, whatever this is, whatever it means, we face it together. You're not alone anymore. All right. Let's go around and let's just share what we've been feeling lately. No pressure to speak. Just listen if that's what you need. Like, get acquainted with each other. And for those who still don't find your words, take your time. They will come, and I will be here. You guys know how to contact me anyway, so even if you are not here and I'm not here, we're back at our homes, but you feel like that's the right time to speak up, just contact me, okay? And you know I will listen to you always. I will not mock you. I will not make fun of you.